Now we can start. I wanted to film a video about my experience filming weddings. So I never filmed weddings before, let's get that straight. Then I got opportunity to film two weddings. One kind of smaller, another one huge wedding, over 300 people, it was crazy. Anyway, experience from those weddings is gold, and I want to share some tips and tricks with you. So let's get started with the first tip that I have for you, and that's regarding planning. So you want to have hands-on planning board before, couple of days before, even weeks if it's possible, and also get very familiar with it, get familiar with location, get familiar with environment where you would be, so you can have idea where to place the cameras, where to walk, make a path and whatever. So the main point is get familiar with environment and plan schedule of the day. So get planning straight and get familiar with locations, even scout locations if it's possible beforehand, and that will give you advantage of the day when it comes, when it's so stressful. So you can actually ease out that stress a little bit because you already know where to place the camera. Okay, I'll place it there, 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 and yeah, it's gonna be much easier for you. So with that done, let's go to tip number 2, and that's about gimbal. So this is my setup that I ended up with throughout the day. As you can see, it's 24-70 Sigma, Sony 7 IV. I have a focus motor here and a standard battery in this case, but I have to mention I did use BG70 because it gave me all day battery life, so I didn't need to stress, okay, it's gonna run out in a bad moment or whatever. So get the BG70 battery, and that will guide you through whole day battery life 100%. You don't need to stress about that. There's enough stress on the wedding day, trust me. You don't need the battery life stress on top of that. So this is pretty much as light as I would go. Get as light as possible, guys, because at the end of the day it's a long day and you would be filming with your hands on constantly, and trust me, after a couple of hours you really start to feel every gram of the weight of equipment. This setup right now with focus motor and all this is 3.2 kilo, which is actually all right. With BG70 it comes to 3.5, which is 3.5 kilo is still decent enough. For whole wedding, for whole day, I used 24-70 as my main camera, and that lens performs absolutely perfect, Sigma 24-70 Mark II. But one thing you have to take in account, if you want to change the framing and zoom in mid-scene while you're filming, trust me, go for focus motor. It will make your life easier, because I tried to zoom in while I was filming, and for whatever reason this lens, maybe not all of them, but this lens that I have is a little bit too stiff on a zoom ring, so I kind of turned gimbal while I was trying to zoom in. So that's not ideal whatsoever. So with focus motor you have more control. You can operate it on the dial on the back of the gimbal, and it's way more easier, and you can smoothly zoom in, zoom out, change framing. Go for a focus motor, and my recommendation for whole day running gun is 24-70. You can combine Nisi True Color, that's what I had, and mist filter also that I have right now. As you can see, some haze in the background on the lights and all that, so it gives a little bit more smoother image overall, and especially indoors when the night comes down and the lights and everything, and during the day as well when it's sunny. So yeah, I can advise you to get those two filters. It's not necessary. You can compensate with shutter speed. You don't need ND filter. But again, if you want to, I would recommend the Nisi Truecaller 125, and you can get a mist filter, black mist filter, that will give you extra kind of smoothness in the image and halation. So tip number 4, second camera is must. Don't even try to do anything without second camera. I have two A7 IVs, and that's bare minimum what you need for a wedding day. Minimum 2, preferably 3 cameras. That's the best advice I can give you. I didn't have 3 cameras, but I managed to pull it with the 2 cameras only. Quite happy with result at the end. So don't try to make something with a single camera. I don't say you can't, of course you can, but you have no flexibility for later, and you have no backup whatsoever if something goes wrong. For example, a camera stops recording for whatever reason, something happens, you still have a B camera that it's on the couple and on the majority of guests in church or whatever, wherever you film, so you still have a backup there. Minimum 2 cameras. So for camera, again, I will just refer to the batteries. You can get away with 3 to 4 batteries, but you have to have some kind of power bank and small purse or something, some small bag that you can keep power bank in and the charger for batteries. So you continuously have 2 fully charged batteries while you're using single one. And in that case, it will not overheat camera too much, as if you're gonna power the camera constantly, then for sure you need a cooling fan. But in this case you can get away with it because you're not in direct sunlight and all stuff. So from my experience filming in 40 degrees, I didn't have overheating warning. I did have a cooling fan attached to the camera, but I didn't use it all the time. So it was sporadically, like when I didn't get a warning, but I was thinking, okay, maybe now is the time to turn it on. So yeah, you can kind of jiggle around and think for yourself what you need and what you don't. But yeah, from my experience it went smoothly, and I would say with 3 batteries you can get away with it. But that's bare minimum, and you can get stressed actually with it. So I have 6 batteries, I have double. So yeah, always better to have more, even though you don't maybe use them all the same day, but it's better to have extra. So with that being said, let's move to the last tip, and that's regarding audio. So get a good shotgun mic that you will attach on the camera, on a gimbal, and get a Rode mic Wireless Pro or something like that for if you need to attach to groom or officiant or whatever. You can get away with this. I did both weddings and it went well. Of course, there's much better equipment out there and more expensive stuff, but if you're just starting, you don't need to stress too much. This kit will be more than enough for you to start off with weddings. And of course, you always can rent out some additional equipment and some additional microphones and whatever, even to test it out before you try to use them. That's very important. Get familiar with your gear before you use it. Don't try to learn how to use it on a day of shooting. That's no-go. If you don't know how to use it on a day of shooting, don't even use it. Just go with a camera mic or whatever. It's gonna be much better, trust me, than to try to figure out, okay, how I do this, how I do that. No. On the day of shooting, you have to know everything, how it works. That's period. Like, there's no experimenting on that day. That's very, very important to remember. And while we're on that topic, I just have to give you one final tip and advice to remember. There's no reshoot on wedding day. It's not a photo shoot, it's not a custom video shoot or whatever where you can, okay, bride, can you walk in again, can you walk in this way, that way? No. This is like a live event. Imagine you are going, you broadcasting live event from the TV, like a news or whatever. There's no reshoot. If you caught something, you did. If you didn't, it's gone. So trust me, you have to be present there. You have to follow all things what's happening around. You have to be aware of your surroundings and people and emotions and whatnot. Like, you have to be like an eagle's eye, just watch everything. Yeah, that's the most important one to remember. There's no reshoot on wedding day. They can't get married twice, you know. So be present there, try to give your best, get familiar with your gear beforehand. There's no experimenting on the day of wedding. And yeah, keep shooting, keep creating. That's pretty much it from me now. I'm gonna go and do some edits additional on those weddings, and yeah, see you next one. Hope this helps. I almost forgot. Get yourself a cat. You will be way less stressful. It's much more comfortable when I have her around, just jumping and doing whatever. I'm gonna go now. Take care.